Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's episode, we're going to be going over an interview that Rian Johnson gave about the fact that he didn't care about canon in Star Wars. That's today here at Star Wars Coffee.
I have spoken.
Hello there to all of the returning subscribers, but if you're new to the channel and you're just finding me for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on this video and any other video from the channel that you check out, and be sure to hit that notification bell so that the bell is completely filled in, as this is the way you will never miss a new video the second it goes live.
Do it!
You have got to be kidding me. Didn't care about canon. Oh my gosh, this makes me really mad. I don't care what you think of The Last Jedi. Whether you think it's the best Star Wars movie or the worst Star Wars movie, you should care about the fact that Rian Johnson didn't care at all about Star Wars canon and history. So what we're going to do is go over this interview that he gave talking about the fact that he didn't care about Star Wars canon when he was making The Last Jedi. So, this comes to us from Bounding into Comics, and it says, title, Star Wars The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson admits he didn't care about Star Wars canon and history. Star Wars The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson admitted he really didn't care about Star Wars canon in a recent interview discussing Knives Out. Johnson was asked by The Hollywood Reporter's Natalie Heltzel, "Whenever you are writing, let's say you are creating your own universe. You said you don't think about actors. You are starting something from scratch. How is that approach versus something where you have a pre-existing universe? If you are writing characters for Star Wars, you have this universe, you have characters that everybody knows, and then now you are doing something from scratch. Do you find your approach is different for that?" Johnson would respond, "No, not at all, because I don't really think in terms of universe or in terms of creating worlds or whatever. That's not interesting to me." My goodness. What do you mean that's not interesting to you? Why would you pick Star Wars then? Why would you agree to do a movie about Star Wars and the sequel trilogy and the 8th installment of 9 Skywalker sagas if you don't give a crap about the pre-existing 7 films? Oh my gosh. You know, Rian Johnson is fine. I have no quabbles with him. I get that he made a different type of Star Wars movie and that his whole Canto Bight thing really had 0 point in terms of the overall story. But my goodness. At least care, man. Come on. No, for those of you who follow this channel, you know I don't get negative very often about this, but my gosh, this is the way to make me very, very angry at you, is to say you didn't care about the canon or the universe and that it's not interesting to you when this is literally a story about family, the Skywalker saga, and you're telling me that you don't give a crap about the pre-existing 7 movies. Now I guess we really know why Luke was such a grouchy old dude drinking cow milk, green cow milk, Octu cow milk on Octu. Oh my gosh. Like, this really genuinely makes me mad. Alright, he continued, Rian Johnson continued, "The only thing that is interesting to me is story. And the story specific to, like whether you are writing a Star Wars film that's part of a 3-movie trilogy or a quote-unquote original thing like Knives Out, you are still telling a story that is new to the thing that you are doing that has to work within the context of that movie. But it can also work in the context of the previous 7 you threw under the bus that J.J. Abrams had to retcon." Oh, my gosh. This is like ridiculously selfish. And his movie got the best Rotten Tomatoes score. And it was the worst one of the sequel trilogy. My goodness. This is... Alright, Johnson added. He keeps going, because why not? Let's just keep going. Let's just keep getting us riled up. "So to me, the notion of what's an entire galaxy, or would that you were creating something, I can't imagine getting excited about creating that." You can't imagine about continuing to create canon in the Star Wars universe, that after your whole career is done, that many people are going to know you for that movie and that's it? Like, in 70 years, when all of us are gone, and Star Wars is living on, and they hear the name Rian Johnson, they're going to associate that with The Last Jedi. That's just how that works. Like Hayden Christensen. Do you associate him for 90 Minutes in Heaven? No. You associate him with Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones. Like, my goodness, how... He goes on. To me, what I'm excited about is creating a 2-hour-long experience for an audience to have in the theater, and that means how they engage moment to moment with the story and the characters that are on screen, and that doesn't change in either one of those. Well, let me tell you this, it should change in either one of those, because we already have a relationship with these characters, man. These are not new characters like it was in Knives Out. We have met these characters before. We already had a whole movie with these characters in it, and we had 3 other movies with 3 other of these characters in it. You have got to be kidding me. Plus Yoda, we had Yoda in like 7 of the other movies. You gotta be kidding me. You didn't care about that, but yet you want to engage the audience in moment to moment. Well, you certainly did that, wondering why the heck are they doing this? Why the heck did Holdo do that? Why didn't anybody else in the previous 7 movies do that to end the whole conflict and everybody could have been alive? You could have just killed like 3 people, 1 person per movie, moving on. Oh my gosh. What do you mean you don't care? Oh my gosh. My gosh. I literally am at loss for words, and if I wasn't trying to be like a family-friendly channel for kids and for everybody else, I would be saying some choice cuts about this. This is ridiculous. You didn't care. I guess that explains the whole Canto Bite scene and why it didn't really matter in the end. It was for some bogus character development. My goodness. You have got to be kidding me. No, not at all, because I don't really think in terms of universe, of creating worlds or whatever. That's not interesting to me. Why would you accept the job to do Star Wars then? My gosh, Mark Hamill was right. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And the fact that The Last Jedi is canon now. Here's what we should do. We should make Duel of the Fates. Colin Trevorrow should be hired back in to do Duel of the Fates, and we'll just replace The Last Jedi with Duel of the Fates. Because that movie was awesome. That would have been an awesome movie. The script was great in that. Yet, we get this. A guy who admits he didn't care about canon or the universe or the worlds that he was creating. My goodness. My goodness. Alright, that wraps things up for me here in this video. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. What do you think about this? Like, seriously, let's talk about this. This is ridiculous. I had no issues with Rian Johnson. I get The Last Jedi wasn't the best movie ever, but I didn't have any issues with him. I got an issue now. This is ridiculous. You didn't care about the worlds you were creating? Oh my gosh. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it.
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.